What is up, guys and gals? We're doing another Stupendium Join the Fine Print. You guys told me to check this one out after my last view of the Ad Infinitum. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. It should be popping up somewhere here eventually. But let's get it straight into it. Remember to drop a sub if you're new here and follow me on Twitter if you haven't. That's the best way to at me when things come out for me to check out. I plan on uploading Stupendium like once every week or every other week. I have so much I do, so like I try to space them out. Okay. I saw we had the Moon Man on the cover. So that's very interesting. You guys told me this one's a lot more about consumerism.
Welcome to space. What were you expecting? It's a dangerous place.
Okay. Off the bat, you know, you guys told me, I asked like at the beginning of the other one, I hope Ad Infinitum was like a good one to check out first. You guys told me this is like the worst one to possibly check out first. It's just crazy and overloading, but honestly, it being crazy and overloading was pretty good. It leaves a very good first impression. But already off the bat, I'm not getting epilepsy from the lights, and there's not a lot going on, which is great. Not saying the last one was bad at all.
What were you expecting? It's a dangerous place.
Okay.
Thank you for investing. Go there for your rota, there for your orders. Fill up these quotas, we'll bill for your quarters. Report to your foreman, but watch for marauders. Cause if you get eaten, there's fees for your mourners.
I like that. Hello, Moon Man.
Did you think it was supposed to look like the poster? It mostly does. Oh, if you'd only read closer.
Just 10 short years to a new frontier. Snooze as you cruise and you'll wake up here.
You've been trapped on that ship. I like that. That was nice. So I did like there's death for your the mourners, you know, because, you know, death's free, technically. But, you know, burials and everything about a ceremony or a burial is like expensive as hell. I mean, it's crazy how much funeral costs are. So there's even a fee for the mourners. I like that, and I did like how they referenced it just in 10 short years to a new frontier. Snooze as you cruise, and you'll wake up here. I think how many years was it actually took? I think it said it was supposed to be like 20, maybe 10 years, and it took like 60, if I remember correctly. So like I like how it's like redefined. I like what the message is going on here. Like you signed up for all this, and it just isn't what you expected. Off rip at the beginning, you told it would only take a certain amount of time to get there. And that, at the beginning, is already wrong by a lot.
You've been trapped in that ship for an awful long time, so perhaps you have simply forgot what you signed. Oh, honestly, did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property?
Hey.
That wavers you're saying autonomy.
Hey.
The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We put the dollar back into idolatry. If you're upset, you can rent an apology. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in team, but there's con in economy. Where you
Okay, he's talking, dude. I love this. This is real shit right here. This was like all of this is breakdown worthy right here. This is just crazy. So he starts talking about this. It's just scheming. He's scheming. This is what I'm talking about. Good writing. Like a lot of these people, I mean, I don't upload a ton of. For you guys don't know, I do like a ton of breakdowns that I actually don't upload. I have probably like 30 or 40 now that I have never uploaded, and I never will. People like I do breakdowns, and people don't really be talking. They just be saying things. But this isn't anything like extremely complicated. It's very to the point. It's cleverly written. But if you have a brain cell, you can understand it. But it's real facts right here. So you know, you signed away your rights. You're just company property at this point. But this is what I liked. We put the dollar in idolatry or idol. Like this is just hard. And if you're upset, you can rent an apology. So there's a couple ways you can take this. I love how it's like you know, money's everything. You know, money, and when you idolize something, you know, it is like up to it. It's like God level status. So money's at that level. And I like that. If you're upset, you can rent an apology. And this goes further. If I don't know if this is the message behind it, but how I'm looking at it as, you can take it a couple ways. But like back in the days, you know, with confession, you go to confession, you talk, you say I committed this, I did whatever this, I committed this crime, or I sinned, and the guy behind the booth would be like, yeah, just pay a fine or pay this, and God will forgive you or something like that. So I like that, or just saying, you know, even your words cost. You know, even your words are worth something. So I like this. I like that.
You can rent an apology. We are a family forged in bureaucracy.
Okay, now this is a lie right here. You know when you're applying for companies or applying for jobs and they're like, "Hey, this company's a family. We're all a family here." No. No, 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 no. These people are not your family. They aren't your family. Like there's like 90% of those jobs. That's just what they want you to think. Even though that just means they're gonna overwork you. They're not gonna treat you right. There's no companies ever like, hey, we're all a family here. No, that's not how it works. So this is scheming right here. This is mad scheming.
Family forged in bureaucracy. No I in team, but there's con in economy.
Now that was hard. That was hard. There's no I in team, but con and economy. This also reminds me of a line. If pro is the opposite of con, what's the opposite of progress? I love that. I love lines like this. So there's no con and economy. That was hard. That was hard. He's talking to you guys.
But there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum that's provided generous prices. Your worth is determined by your sacrifices.
Service went down on the surface. Internment's a freebie that comes with the purchase.
I like how they keep having the Moon Man show up, which is kind of supposed to be like the rich man. He like the Moon Man's the rich man, but it's because he worked there. Like he's the worker's rich man. So I like how he keeps coming up and doing that. This whole scheming here was nice. Like your worth is sacrificed, or your worth is determined by your sacrifices. You know, it's crazy in a lot of jobs. You were especially recently. I mean, this is, you know, the Stupendium was talking about the future, man. And, you know, 2020, 2021, the COVID pandemic. I know as someone who was working with Amazon from the start of it. You know, a lot of people were getting sick, or you know, were scared of getting sick, but they're like, you know, you got to come in. And this is before we realized how crazy it was, and before you were like, and you were kind of shamed a little bit for not coming in. And so I like that. You're worth it. And then the people who did come in during those times they're thought to be a lot better. But that's not the case. It's so very interesting now.
By your sacrifices.
Small term of service went down on the surface. Internment's a freebie that comes with the purchase.
That was nice. I like this. Wow.
You just fill out the paperwork and you could look around. We're happy as can be inside the valley cannery. We live to pack the cans of meat and not to question where it's found until we end.
Ew, the gravel meat. That's what I always remember, the gravel meat. The salt tuna has a gravel in it. Like that's disgusting. But the hook, or is it the bridge or the course? I don't know exactly what this is. But I like this scheme. We work. So you work to earn the right to work, and you earn the work. So you constantly move up in this endless chain, and then you earn the right to buy, because then you have money from working all this time, and then you have the right to die. That was hard. I like this.
Settle down. You just fill out the paperwork and you could look around. We're happy as can be inside the valley cannery. We live to pack the cans of meat and not to question where it's found until we end up in the ground around the corner in the yard. You know, we thought we liked the sound of finding glory in the stars. The borders taught us to be proud of never reaching very far. So we earn what we're allowed and get the bar.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Your favorite flavor, so work till you bleed.
That was hard. That was hard. I like, so this line, the best way to decrypt this to me, even though it's not decrypted at all, is basically life's giving you, you know, when you go to GameStop or you go to like some store and you give back, they're like, hey, do you want to store credit? So practically life, when you get money with work, it's store credit because you just put it back in to living. Very interesting, very interesting. And like this whole scheme here, where the chorus was, or not the chorus, where was it? We earn what we're allowed and give it right back at the bar. And then the ale, okay, I see what we're doing here. Very interesting, very interesting. That's why, guys, you gotta play the rich man's game. Like, for people who are struggling, not struggling because you're struggling, but like, you need to be putting money away, investing, doing something, because the school teaches you how to just be a worker. They don't teach you entrepreneurship. That is a skill. Or some do. Don't get me wrong. Special schools for that. But like the normal public school doesn't teach you any of that. That's skills that you learn. And like you're not going to get very far working. You know, a lot of these stories of you hearing these people becoming, you know, millionaires or billionaires. If let's say they inherited it from their parents, they had work and they had a project they work on the side. If there's any aspirations you have, take it on the side. Do whatever you can. Because most of the time, your 9 to 5 it's just gonna put you in an endless cycle. You gotta find something.
It's your Zero G Brew, your favorite flavor. So work till you bleed. Ennobled by labor, then purchase relief from your local retailer.
If you'd rather drop dead, that's fine. But you know to drop it down dead, there's a fine. So
Hey.
your job and not do mine. I gotta meet a 6 foot deep bottom line.
That was a good line. That was a bar. That was a literal bar right there. But you know, dropping down dead bears a fine. So you do your job and I do mine. I gotta meet a 6 foot deep bottom line. That was hard. Why does the gravestone hat? Dude, you gotta pay. Oh, I like this. I like all of this. I like this. This is great. This is a great, like, message. This is a great message right here. Stupendium, by chance, if you watch this, do you believe in elitism? I'd be very interested.
Boredom door to door because it's all that we deserve and it is all we can afford. The secrets of the universe and all the worlds to be explored, but our dreams are back on Earth and now the work is our reward.
Hey.
Be grateful for seats at the table, though it dips at one end and the bench is unstable. You may waste your days, but at least you were able to pay off your grave since we leased you your cradle. Be faithful.
Hey.
Will repay what you invest. Behave as you slave for humanity's interest. On account that you're all on account and we're quickly amounting humanity's interest. You think that we'd sink to the brink of rebellion with markets dependent on peddling weapons. The architect tells them the secret to heaven is simply consuming whatever we sell them.
Dude, what is this, man? This is crazy. All of this is just crazy. I want to let's do it again. But so he reiterated the whole death, pay the death. And then the bench is unstable, so you get a seat at the table, but the bench is unstable. Usually if you sit at a dinner table with all your family or something like that, unless you're a toddler, you're all sitting at the same size seat, you know, but you know, this one slumped down a little bit. And it's unstable, so you can easily get knocked off, easily fall off and be back at the ground. So I like that. So you're sitting, you work up to sit with the big boys, but then you can easily get knocked down again. And even then, you're not even truly at their level. So I like that. I like that.
You may waste your days, but at least you were able to pay off your grave since we leased you your cradle. Be faithful and pray. We'll repay what you invest. Behave as you slave for humanity's interest. On account that you're all on account and we're quickly amounting humanity's interest. You think we'd sink to the brink of rebellion with markets dependent on peddling weapons. The architect tells them the secret to heaven is simply consuming whatever we sell them.
It's really not.
To earn the right to work, 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 to earn the right to give ourselves the right to die, ourselves the right to live, to earn the right to die.
Should've read the fine print, my friend. Should've read the fine fine print. You
I love how
should have read the fine print.
this is a good way to end it.
Why don't you settle down? You just fill out the paperwork and you can look around. We work and then 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 we end up in the ground. Welcome to a little town. Why don't you settle down? You just fill out the paperwork and you can look around.
Oh my god. What is that background voice?
Here, and here, and initial here.
I like how this was all like an orientation. Like that's what it take it as.
Halcyon Holding Corp.
Okay, let me pause it right here. Dude, you know what's crazy is this reminds me of like an article I was reading about Amazon. Is Amazon's hiring so many people and losing so many people because they're losing more people now than ever that they're gonna run out of people to hire. Like that's how crazy, or you know, hire new people to hire because so many people are leaving and things like that. Like that is crazy, dude. The message here was amazing. I really like how this seemed like orientation to it. But this was a really cool work and very interesting. And so what I'm getting a look at is Stupendium's definitely one of those people who has a message behind it where he sticks with the theme. Outer Worlds, this is a very good theme and definitely good with the message, but like talks about real issues. And I think that's really cool. And it's very interesting to see his takes and very real takes because a lot of these, like when it comes to consumerism and certain like how work and things like that is, I 100% agree with 100%. So it's very interesting to see it in song form. But I appreciate all the people that came by. Drop a sub if you're new here. Remember to follow me on Twitter and let me know when things go live. And I will see you guys next time.